simple vegan meals, high in protein, and of course, tasty meals. Honestly, it doesn't even feel like I'm on a cut. I don't even feel like I'm dieting, and that's exactly how it should be. I'm going to show you guys everything that I'm eating right now to get shredded as a vegan bodybuilder. Hey guys, my name is Lakshay and I make videos about vegan health, fitness, and nutrition. And if you like that kind of stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Now, my first meal, sometimes when I wake up really early, I sometimes this particular day, I was training really early and I couldn't wake up early enough to have a meal. And my last meal was earlier that night. So I didn't want to train completely fasted. I wanted to get something in really fast. So I ended up having two bananas in the morning as soon as I wake up because I can't really eat too close to my workout. I feel sick. My tummy gets really sensitive. So I have to have something like fruits or something if I'm training early in the morning and I can't eat earlier enough. I need to eat at least 2 hours before training because my tummy is really sensitive. If I want to eat close to my workout, I'll just have some fruits or sometimes I'll even train fasted. So that's what I had this morning. I had two bananas, which came out to be 226 calories, 2.3 grams of protein. I don't really care about that. 48 grams of carbs, zero fat. So it's mainly for the carbs. I wanted some decent carbs before I trained because I think I was training legs and I just could not train legs fasted on that particular day. Sometimes when I eat late at night, the night before, I feel like I'll still have some of the energy in the morning, but on this particular day, I ate too late. No, I ate too early the night before. So I just had something really quick, two bananas in the morning. That was my first meal. Now, my second meal is my go-to favorite meals, which is just grilled cheese toast, whatever you want to call it. Now, one thing that I recommend is I always obviously use this particular bread, Helga's, which is a brand you find in Australia. It is low carb, high protein, and one thing that I have to make sure, and you guys make sure as well, that when you're buying this bread, look at the expiry date because this particular bread, it's made fresh and it's only fresh for about 3 days. And you have to finish it off in those 3 days. And if you're living with other people, it's easier, but just make sure you're not buying bread that expires in like 1 day or 2 days because sometimes I've done that. I've accidentally bought bread and it expired the next day and the day after it just went bad. So make sure you look at the expiry date of bread before you buy it. And this is my favorite cheese ever. This particular vegan cheese I absolutely love. It melts really nice and I just love how it tastes. It sort of feels like I'm eating pizza. This is like it feels like a cheat meal. It feels like I should not be having this particular meal. But this is one of my favorite go-to meals, high in protein. I just topped up with some sriracha sauce, which is, I don't know why, but I wasn't always a fan of sriracha sauce, hot sauce, but especially when you're cutting, everything tastes good. Even like ketchup, tomato ketchup tastes amazing. And I think it's just because you're restricting your calories so much, you start to appreciate food a lot more. And I appreciate sriracha sauce because it's so low in calories and it's so tasty. It makes everything taste so much better, especially on grilled cheese. This tastes so good. So I highly recommend sriracha sauce if you're looking to cut. So I just put a little bit on both pieces of bread. And as you can see, 27 grams of protein, 54 grams of carbs, and 23 grams of fat, 538 calories. Nice little quick meal after training, really easy to make. It honestly just takes like 2 minutes to make and tastes absolutely amazing. This was my second meal. And my third meal is a smoothie. Now, I don't always have a sweet tooth, but I'm so deep into my cut. I'm not that deep into my cut. I've only been cutting for like almost 10, 11 weeks. But when I feel like anything that I eat, I appreciate a lot more, especially sweet stuff. And this smoothie is so good and it just hits the spot. And after I drink this smoothie, I'm so full, I don't feel like eating anything else for a long time. Also because of the amount of fiber that I'm going to put in here. So I added in uh, one serving of LSA, which is like linseed, sunflower seeds, and almonds. It's like a little mix of powder of all these different things, and I've started to put that in all my smoothies. What I used to do before, I used to put brown flax seeds separately and then chia seeds separately, and I noticed that that was just way too much fiber for my tummy. And I found that LSA, this little mix that I found, you can get from, I'm sure you can get it from your local grocery store, but where I am in Australia, you can get it in any grocery store, Woolworths, Coles, any of them. And it's so much easier than having to measure out brown flax seeds and chia seeds separately, which makes it even more heavier meal. I found like this is the perfect add of fiber to my smoothie. So I added this, and then I added in one serving, which is 35 grams of protein powder. And then I added in one more banana, which I think came out to be 115 grams. So I always like to measure my banana because you can't just put one generic banana. Bananas come in all different shapes and sizes. So I like to be particular about how much I am putting in my smoothie or in anything that I put banana in. And then I put in 2 fresh pitted dates, and I think that's the game changer. I never used to put dates in my smoothies, but ever since I put dates, it is a bit high in calories, but it's so worth it. Like the taste that it gives you, it's amazing. So as you can see, 43 grams of protein, 48 grams of carbs, 34 grams of fat, and 686 calories. Now, my fourth meal, I'm using wholemeal spaghetti. Now, I'm using wholemeal spaghetti because unfortunately, there is a global shortage of all these different kinds of foods. I noticed that there was a global shortage of creatine when I was looking for creatine, but I thankfully found a store that had creatine. But one other thing that's been in shortage for the past few weeks is pasta, protein pasta, the one that I normally use. And I had stocked up last time with a bunch of pasta, which unfortunately ran out. So now I have to stick to wholemeal pasta, but it's okay because hopefully it's temporary and hopefully my usual protein pasta will be back. If not, I'll have to change up my food diet to make it work because I want to eat foods that I like. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. So I put in 2 packets of pasta, and this is just a little small tip. If you're ever cooking something like a packet or something, just cook all of it, cook the whole packet. If you have 2 packets, cook the whole packets. You're going to save time in the future. You might as well just cook it all at once now and keep it in the fridge like meal prepping. It's essentially meal prepping. You're cooking everything at once, you're saving time, you're saving effort, and you're gonna more likely stick to your meal plan or diet because the food's already there, cooked. You don't have to go out of your way to cook it, and you have time to do other stuff as well. So I'm cooking 2 packets of this wholemeal spaghetti, and in another pot I am using nut meat, which is my favorite. If you don't have nut meat, if you can't find nut meat available where you are, you can use any kind of mock meat. You can even use lentils if you want. But I found nut meat is the perfect thing for me because it's obviously super high in protein, but it just goes so well with pasta, in my opinion, especially spaghetti. I just put a little bit of the pasta water in the pot. I'm not using any oil for this because oil is just way too many calories for me right now. So I put garlic, herb, and seasoning. Now I'm using this rich and thick canned tomato sauce, which comes with paste, and this is really cheap. It's $1.80. It's cheaper than any other pasta sauce. So, and I really like the taste of this. So I'm using this, and the calories are insane. I think there's like 63 calories for 2 serves, which is how much I'll be using in each serving of this. So I just put in 2 cans of this. Also put in 2 cans of nut meat because like I said, I'd rather just cook it all at once in bulk. And then I added in some frozen capsicum, add in some vegetables. Now that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to stir it around, put it on low heat, and then let it cook for about 10-15 minutes. And after that, what I'm doing is I split the pasta into two different pots, and I am splitting one pot into four different meals, which is one serving. So one serving is one serving of pasta, one serving of nut meat, and one serving of the canned tomatoes that I used, which turns out to be perfect. So I did the best that I could to split it into four different meals. Even if you don't do it exactly, even if you don't exactly split it into equal portions, you're still eating the same amount of food over time. So that doesn't really matter. Be as approximate as you can. And then I did the same with the nut meat and pasta sauce. I split it into four different servings, and I still had two more servings left. So I'm going to keep that in the fridge for next time. And that's pretty much it for my fourth meal. And 53, so each one of these boxes, each one of these containers has 53 grams of protein, 70 grams of carbs, 19 grams of fat, and 672 calories. Now, this is probably one of my heaviest meals apart from the smoothie, but I enjoy it. I just put some sriracha sauce on top and it goes down well. And this was my fourth meal, and at this point I was pretty full. So, but I still had a few more calories left. So my mom actually bought this plantain plant-based nuggets. So all I did was, this was 300 grams. There were, I think, 6 servings in one box. So I'm having half of this box, which is 3 servings. I just put it in an air fryer for 20 minutes. Air fryer is one of my favorite things ever. And 16.5 grams of protein, 25 grams of carbs, 12.3 grams of fat, and 291 calories. And this was my last and final meal. So let's have a look at how we did today. Protein, we hit 141 grams of protein, 246 grams of carbs, 89 grams of fat. All in total, we hit 2,400 calories, which is honestly perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to hit, around 2,400. That's where my calories are at the moment. I am enjoying it. And one thing that I've noticed is my appetite's gotten so much smaller that I have to start force feeding myself food because I get so full easily, because I'm guessing my tummy's going in more and my appetite's growing smaller, my weight's gone smaller. I'm sitting at around 92 kilos right now. So I need to force feed myself more food, and I'm looking at it as a good thing because I am getting leaner. I require less calories, and it's my body's way of saying you've had enough food, you don't need that much more. So I'm having to force feed myself, but after everything that I ate today, I was completely full and I'm not craving anything. So I'm going to keep sticking to these macros for as long as I can, as long as I'm losing weight consistently. And then once I hit a plateau, that's when I'll start to change things up slowly. I'm not going to change anything right now. I'm at a good place. But as you can see, everything that I ate in a day, completely simple, not overcomplicating anything, really nice meals. And honestly, it doesn't feel like I am dieting. I'm having so much fun right now. And waking up leaner every single day is just so exciting. I hope you guys learned something from this. If you like this, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below anything, any tips you have, any questions you have, and I would love to respond to you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.